Well, I'm so extremely excited. We're coming in here to do this, and it's our first one, so we're learning. We're learning. So we're coming in, and we're going to see how this goes as I am in the process of learning this live because it is so important to me to do it. And I'm so excited to be here with you as we are just forming and setting things up. We set to go live in 2 minutes. And so I'm just making sure that everything is correct. And this will help me. Yeah, this will help me as we are in here in the live on today. And so we're excited about it. We're excited about you being with us today. Today, I'm going to be talking about some very important things in this live, and I don't want you to miss any of it. It is so important that we deal with credit, that we deal with our business, that we deal with our lives and investing. So there are four themes that I spend all of my time in. Either I'm dealing with credit, whether that's personal or business, or I'm dealing with the business itself, things that need to be done properly for a business to be successful, for you to succeed as an entrepreneur, or I'm talking about life things. I'm talking about declutter. I'm in the process of releasing a book called Declutter Your Inner Life in 7 days. That book will be coming out next week. And so there are some things that I'm very interested when it comes to dealing with the things that get in our way. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited to be here live on today, as we said we would for the first time here. We're testing just to make sure that things are smooth as we are now at that 9 o'clock hour, and so very excited for people to be in here with us. So I'm going to cover a few things. I'm going to cover a few things today, and we're going to not just cover them, but we're going to see that they are beneficial for you. So again, excited, and I mean excited to do this the first time. It's a learning experience for me, and I'm going to get very proficient at it here in this particular live setting. I do a lot in the TikTok world. This is a little bit different, and this is where I really want to be. And so again, today I'm going to spend about an hour. That's the plan. And I'm going to just touch in some critical things that I think are essential. If you're going to be successful in life, you've got to touch on things that are important in life. One of the things that's happening that I really think a lot of people don't understand, the FICO score, we're about to see a major change in the FICO score. Come the fall of this year, the FICO system is adjusting. They are creating what is called the FICO 10 BNPL. It stands for Buy Now, Pay Later. It's going to be a huge adjustment for people. And if you are not prepared and don't understand how this could impact you, you're really going to be in a position where you're going to be hurt by what is happening with this particular FICO system. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that this morning because I want you to get that. So I'm going to go in to and look at what they are saying they are about to do with this FICO system. So I'm going to go into that and look at this actual press release details from FICO. This is what it says. FICO unveils groundbreaking credit scores that incorporate buy now, pay later data. This was dated June the 23rd, 2025 at 8 a.m. Now, Bozeman, Montana, Business Wire. Global analytics software leader today announced the launch of FICO Score 10 BNPL and FICO Score 10T BNPL, the first credit scores from a leading credit score provider to incorporate buy now, pay later data. These innovative scores developed by FICO from data-driven research represent a significant advancement in credit scoring, accounting for the growing importance of buy now, pay later loans in the U.S. credit ecosystem. As key additions to the FICO Score 10 suite, the BNPL versions of FICO Score 10 are poised to further enhance financial inclusion by applying FICO's innovative approach to incorporating BNPL data along with mainstream credit reports. These scores provide lenders with greater visibility into consumers' repayment behaviors, enabling a more comprehensive view of their credit readiness, which ultimately improves the lending experience. Buy now, pay later loans are playing an increasingly important role in consumers' financial lives, said Julie May, Vice President and General Manager of B2B Scores at FICO. By expanding our FICO Score 10 suite with new models designed to incorporate BNPL data, we're enabling lenders to more accurately evaluate credit readiness, especially for consumers whose first credit experience is through BNPL products. This innovation also supports our mission to expand financial inclusion by helping more consumers gain access to credit. Now, that's what she says, and it sounds good that that's what she says, but I'm telling you, that's not really what's happening. If you can read between the lines, she says they want to have a more inclusive system because a lot of people, their first experience with credit is through the buy now, pay later system. Well, I want to make sure you understand who those people are. Those are not the affluent. The affluent's first experience with buy now, pay later is not going to happen. They are going straight after credit cards, cars, mortgages, whatever. So they're not using these products. They don't need them. They weren't created for them because these products were created by companies who wanted to get financing into the hands of people who weren't able to qualify. And so these big players made a decision. You're giving financing to people who can't qualify. And therefore, it is hurting the entire system. So they spent over a year trying to convince 21 buy now, pay later companies to start reporting all of the data in the ecosystem of FICO. Finally, they got full agreement to report your information in the ecosystem. And so there are things that you have to learn. I have to learn, and we better get it pretty quick. If we don't, we're going to be hurt by them. If we don't, I'm serious, it's going to hurt us in a way that we're not going to be able to fight. And so there's some things that we need to put in place, I believe, right now. You need to put them in place. You need to understand them. You need to set yourself up for wins and not losses. So one of the things I want to do right now is I want to share with you what um, it is clear is a result of this happening. I want you to see it, what is happening. So here is a TechBolt um, site, and let's look at see what it says. Buy now, pay later loans will soon impact your credit score. Here's what you need to know. If you ever use the buy now, pay later option to split up a purchase, say for that 600 collectible Labubu figure, your credit score might soon reflect it. Starting this fall, FICO will begin factoring B Now PL loan data into its credit score calculations, a major shift in how credit worthiness is assessed. This comes as BNPL lenders like Affirm have started reporting payment data to credit bureaus such as Experian and TransUnion. Why this matters. Until now, most BNPL loans haven't impacted credit scores, meaning on-time payments didn't help you and missed ones didn't hurt you. That's about to change. According to FICO, responsible BNPL usage could boost credit scores, especially for users with limited credit history. But missed BNPL payments, however, could negatively impact your score. With the BNPL market projected to grow to 108 billion this year, up from 94, FICO's update aims to close a major blind spot in how consumer debt is measured. A closer look at the risk. As BNPL becomes more mainstream, so do defaults. Klarna, a leading BNPL provider, recently reported an uptick in loan defaults from 0.51% to 0.54%. Critics argue that these one-click loans are fueling phantom debt, with consumers racking up obligations that lenders can't fully track. Not everyone will be affected immediately. It's worth noting that BNPL data will only be included in FICO's two newest scoring models, not the older versions still widely used by lenders. So while this is a big step, it could take years before BNPL history becomes a standard part of credit evaluations. So what are we seeing here? We are seeing that it is critical that you understand it's coming this direction. Now, I'm going to share something with you that you need to really, really, really understand as it relates to this type of information. There is a law that was passed in 1999 that is critical when it comes to what the buy now, pay later companies are beginning to do. I want to share, if I can get this out of our screen. It's called the Graham-Leach-Bliley Act. It stands for GLBA. So what is this act about? This act was passed in 1999, reshaped the U.S. financial industry by allowing institutions to offer banking, securities, insurance services under one roof. But with expanded financial service came increased exposure of sensitive customer data. To address this, Congress introduced strict data protection and transparency requirements for financial institutions. GLBA mandates that companies protect consumers' non-public personal information and disclose how they share that data, especially with third parties. Today, it's more relevant than ever, especially as third-party risks continue to compromise sensitive data. Over the course of the last year, 35.5% of breaches involved third parties, according to Security Scoreboard 2025 third-party breach report. So understanding this law is important because there are some core rules that are necessary. Now, institutions must notify consumers about their data collection and sharing practices. This is important. Clearly explain what data is shared and with whom. Offer consumers the right to opt out of certain data sharing with unaffiliated third parties. Now, why does this matter? Because what this is really saying is that you can, with these buy now, pay later companies, opt out of the right they have to share your data with third parties, such as credit bureaus. Now, let's explain why this matters. Because if they have not, now I want you to get this, in accepting terms for a lot of these, you already, for like a firm and others, you may have already accepted terms that say, I agree to let you report to credit bureaus. So some of those things may already be there. Now I'm gonna tell you where this is usually happens. When you get the privacy notices that nobody reads, and it's a long, old detailed thing, and you just eventually come down and check the box and sign off because you're excited to get what you get. Well, a lot of times this Graham Bliley Act is in there. It's in there that you're giving up the right to say, I don't want you to share. So you've told them it's cool. Now, a lot of these companies in origination say that if you don't check that box, you can't get the loan. So this was the way they did it. But now that we're talking about people who are already in an agreement with a company that doesn't share with the credit bureau, they now have to give you an opportunity to opt out before they could start sharing this with credit bureaus. So it is very important as it moves forward, if you have buy now, pay laters already, and you know that in the fall of this year, they're going to start sharing your data. Let's be clear, they're going to start sharing data. Well, they can't share your data unless they have been given the okay to share it by you. And that's critical and that's important. And I am certain it is something that you want to be aware of, because if you're not aware, you're going to hurt yourself. And this is not the time to be hurting yourself. And so this is important. They're trying to hurt you by putting data in there that many people are simply not ready for. And I don't want to see that happen to you. We want you to prepare yourself to do this in a way that is beneficial to you. And I'm telling you what, this isn't the way for it to happen, but it's going to happen. And if you're not prepared for it, you're going to see the results. Now, that's what I wanted to share today in this live relative to personal credit. I just wanted to talk about this. I'm just testing the waters today. My lives are going to on YouTube. They're going to be 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. when I'm doing them Eastern Standard Time. But today I wanted to come in and do a test model because I wanted to just make sure that I was smooth with how we operate the equipment to get this done. And so once we feel pretty good about it, we're testing it this week. We're going to be able to go in and announce when we'll be actually live in YouTube world, whether it's 7 p.m. and we're still discussing, or 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But it's not going to be at 9 a.m. that we're doing it. So we're going to get there. But there's something else I want to talk about today. I want to talk about business. Business. You own a business. You know, this is a big thing for me. You own a business. There are some things that you have got to understand. And I'm going to deal with just one today. And that is how important it is that your business address is the same everywhere. You cannot have one address when you got your EIN number, one address, a different one when you got your articles, and then you eventually end up with a different address because you decide to put the business someplace. You have to start with a strategy that says, I'm creating this business. Where is the best place for me to house its location so that as I have to put that address out, it is profitable? That is not a home address, but a lot of people, when they are applying for the articles and things, they don't think to put address prior to this application. So you get your EIN and your articles filed with addresses you don't want. And then you have to go back and do all that correcting. I want to share with you something that is stated relative to these addresses. Um, so this is why these addresses matters. Is why your business address matters for business credit. The essential guide. This is something from United Capital. I just want to read what they say here. They say establish credibility. A professional business address boosts legitimacy for clients and lenders. Credit impact. Consistent professional address contributes to better business credit scores. No P.O. boxes. P.O. boxes are often rejected by lenders and credit agencies. Opt for physical or virtual addresses instead. Virtual addresses work. Virtual business addresses offer professionalism without a physical office. Home address concerns. Using a home address can affect privacy and perceived professionalism. Legal compliance. Physical addresses are often required for LLC formation and tax registration, so you need to make the address the first thing you think about. Consistency matters. Keep your business address uniform across credit reports and financial documents. Flexible options. Choose from physical, virtual, registered agent, or co-working space addresses. Very important. Business growth. The right address supports scalability, reputation, and financial success. So there's a lot of factors involved in this. What is a business address? Do I need a business address? And this article addresses a lot of this. A business address serves as an official location of your business operations. It's where clients, vendors, and regulatory authorities contact your business and often plays a crucial role in legal filings. A dedicated business address allows you to receive mail from various carriers. Using a physical address can help avoid shipping limitations, but there are things you need to be clear about. This great article highlights these things. This matters because I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, and what I see is 2 or 3 addresses, and they're trying to get funding. And your 2 or 3 addresses, number one, speaks that the business is not professionally structured and organized. And if it's not that organized, then will your payments make it to our office? That's a problem. Second, it says to lenders that your risk factor has gone up because we don't know where to find you. So a lot of times when you file to start, you get a registered agent because you let the registered agent's address be your address until you are ready to say in finality, this is where I'm putting this business. Or it is smart to go to a company like Regis. I'm not getting any compensation for saying their name, but you go to a company like Regis who's got 3,800 locations, and you get a virtual address before you even do your filing. It is a very inexpensive way to collect your mail. Then you can have someone like Northwest Registered Agent do the filing for you if you want. But as far as the address of the business, your virtual address can be on the form, and your mail could go to your registered agent, or you could have the mail and your address be the virtual address that you just signed up with. Either way this goes, I am speaking to every business owner watching this or person planning to start a business. Trust me, this needs to be the first thing you think about right after you say, this is what I want to call my business. I want to start a business. Your next thing needs to be, what address am I going to use as I begin the process of the creation of this business? If that address is your home, you are starting your business off making a mistake. Do not launch your business from your home address. It is too important a decision that you're going to have to undo later because it adds 2 things that you don't want. You don't look professional. There's no way people are believing certain things about you. Right now, there are a lot of people in the United States running home-based businesses. But I am suggesting to you that as long as you just want to be a mom and pop home-based mailing out of your house type operation, you're not looking for funding or to scale, that's fine. But if you have a business idea that you want to scale and you want funding for, you have got to get it a virtual address at the very beginning. Allow your registered agent or the company who may do the filing for you, like I did, my businesses. I have a company who did the filing. For the first year, they were the registered agent. And then I made a decision where I wanted the business located, and I shifted the address through the registered agent to that place. And from that place moving forward, I had it. But what makes this even simpler is pick an address, then get your EIN and your articles and all those things done with the virtual address that you have chosen. It's going to cost you pennies to do it that way than what it will cost you to have to repair all of the documents with the state and the IRS and the time with the registered agent service. It'll cost you a lot more later. I'm going to tell you something that it's so much easier to do preventative than it is to have to repair. So let's prevent it by making certain that when we say business, we start with virtual. And for those of you who already got a different address with the EIN, and then you have with your articles, or then where you're getting the mail right now, you have to pump your brakes because you look risky. You need to get all your paperwork together and make sure with everyone, and I mean everyone, there is one address for your business. We need for everyone to know where to find you. This way, when the funder checks to see where you're located, it is consistent across all data points, and you get exactly what you need to have from them. So I'm excited. I'm excited to share that with you on today. Now, there's something else I love to do, and that is investing. I find investing to be something extremely essential and important. And I'm going to spend a couple of moments. This is a test. So I'm getting a chance to touch on some of the things that matter to me most. I'm going to spend a couple of moments talking about investing, but I've created a dummy investing account that when I teach stock classes, I show people this account because of what it represents to me. So first and foremost, what I want to do is I want to show you where I recommend. I get nothing. No, I'm not an affiliate. I don't share an affiliate link, put it like that. But it's called Public. You can have the app on your phone. You can use it on your desktop. I have the app that on my phone because it is one of the major places besides Charles Schwab where I actually invest. So Public has great stuff. This is the home page. But one of the things I love about Public is the resources tab. If I come to resources and click on learn, it's going to give me what I think you can rarely find on a free site. The levels of information, investing insights and essentials, then stock market. They give you so much, but you could see all of the things under what is stock portfolio. You click on it and it explains, it gives you a table of contents. This is all free. What is a portfolio? Building a portfolio. I'm suggesting to you there is a level of education here that is critical. So this is just in the stock area. But under the Learn tab, I could also swing trading. What's a bear market? Causes and history. Bear versus bull. What does buying the dip mean? These are things, I'm very honest with you. This is so important to know. And it's all here for free. And under investing, how to invest in an e-commerce company. What is CAGR? Definition and formula. These debt to equity ratio, formula calculation and example. Inflation, definition, causes, and how to measure it. Options. You want to learn how to invest in stock options? Here you go. Fixed income, treasury bonds. Here you go. Especially when interest rates have ticked up. This is retirement. This is all education. What about initial public offerings of companies that are going live? What do I need to know? Crypto, alternative investments. This is free information on the homepage. You don't even have to be an investor to come to public.com and get this information. I suggest that if you want to invest and you're going to do what I teach, dollar cost averaging, which means, in my case, every Tuesday, I invest a certain amount in certain companies. You may do once a month, but dollar cost is a small amount of money, whatever that is to you. It could be $5 because it's getting you started. You do it on a consistent basis. Now, people who dollar cost average end up making more than people who put down big amounts at one time. So you want to consistently keep investing in things you believe in. Now, I teach there are 5 things you should know about a company before you invest. I'm not going to get into that today. Today, I just simply wanted to show you. Now, I'm going to go into my dummy account that I have, I think. Oh, goodness. Now they want me to get a password to go in there, and I'll get it and go into this account so that I can show you all. Let's get that number real quick so that we can go in and show you what this is all about. Let's see. Let's put this in here. See if we can get in here. See if we can get in here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, here we go. They've given me the number, and now we are able to get in there. Okay, now, so let's show you what we are seeing. So here is this account. Okay, and what I wanted to show you was the portfolio of this account and what it's showing. Now, this is active right now. The markets are open, and this is what's happening. So I have an investment in a company called VOO. It's not a company, it's an exchange traded fund. This is a Vanguard S&P 500. So the 500 largest companies in the United States, this investment is in all of 500. Right now it's down. Here's the amount that is down, but here's what I've made in this particular dummy account. So I'm up 14%. VTI is a total stock market. So all stocks down a little today, which the whole market looks like it could be going down a little bit right now, but I'm up 15%. The reason why I'm showing you this is because I want you to see that you're not making this money, this level, nowhere else. This is even with the craziness we've had all year. Microsoft, I'm up 25%. VGT, which is information technology, I'm up 6%. McDonald's, I'm up 4%. I've had McDonald's since the 90s in my main accounts. Amazon, up only 1%. But SPY, which is S&P 500 ETF trust, I'm up 39%. Tempest is a AI stock. I'm up 4%. Stellantis, I have hardly any of this in here, but I bought it real early. It's down 46. NVIDIA is up. It used to be up a lot. It is finally rebounding. Apple is struggling because of all the tariff talk and all the stuff going on with China. So it is now down. That is the first time that the Apple stock has been down. I literally got out of a lot of it. Even in here, I got out of a lot of it. And then this is another thing that I have hardly anything up. Now, as far as crypto, I have Bitcoin in here and it's up 39%. XRP is down 17 and Ethereum is down 25. But this is a portfolio. You can build these, you can invest small amounts, but I get to show people how it works. Now, here's what it works. Right now, this is the price. This is how much I have, and this is what it cost me. So there's an issue there in those areas, and so if the reason why you can see me winning is if my holdings are greater than cost, I'm winning. Holdings greater than cost, I'm winning. But when we come down here, holdings lower than cost, I'm losing. So where your holdings are greater than your cost, that's the percent you're up. And it's tracked so easily in public. But it is a site that you absolutely want to be invested through if you're looking to invest in the stock market. You don't want to miss that opportunity to invest there if this is what you want to do. Now, to close out this live today, what I want to do is talk about the last component, which is life. I've recently written a book that I'm very excited about because there's a lot of people get help out of the book. And I'm going to share just briefly. This is the book, Declutter Your Inner Life in 7 Weeks, 10 Powerful Steps to Declutter Your Mind, Heal Old Wounds, and Unlock Your Full Potential. This is just the Kindle version until July the 7th, when the paperback version of this book will come out. This book deals with how so often people who are looking to be successful have challenges, things that are going on inside and have been going on maybe since you were even a child. And you've gone on and tried to be successful in relationships, marriages, with children, businesses, whatever. I tried it all. But when you have this unresolved trauma, this thing that is taking up your time and your inner focus, it robs you of what the business, the relationship, the marriage, the children, it robs you of what they need from you simply to show up and be present. You can't show up. You can't be present. You can't be effective because there's something distracting you from your past. And so the mind gets so cluttered over time. If you ever walked into a room that was cluttered with stuff all over the place, it just does something to you the moment you step into it. Because number one, I don't have any access to anything else. There's no way for me to operate in here. Well, imagine a cluttered inner life, a mind that you can't really take 5 hours to focus on an idea because here comes this other stuff creeping in, taking your time and your focus away from what matters. And so I wrote this book because my life's journey is exactly this thing. On the outside, there were times when what I was doing was highly productive and highly successful from the outer view. But internal, it was a train wreck. I had carried a thought, an idea from childhood relative to myself that was destructive. That idea impacted every relationship I had as an adult. It impacted how I treated every single person because It impacted how I saw me. I want to encourage business owners, people who are trying to have successful relationships and families. Trust me, you're going to sabotage so much if you don't deal effectively with the clutter that is inside. Oh, I'm not talking about your bedroom. I'm not talking about your trunk. I used to teach people, if you really want to understand how you operate, open your trunk, open your glove compartment, look in the closet in your house, because many times we hide the clutter. We're not really that organized. So we just are concerned with what people see. So the places that they can see, we keep those places tidy. But where people don't typically go, the glove compartment, the trunk, the closet, it's a wreck. And this is the same thing where the mind is. The mind will have all kinds of memories and experiences and ideologies and belief systems that are working against you. And those very beliefs destroy you. Listen, one of the best things I learned in life was to take nothing personal. I'm going to say it again. One of the best things I learned in life on the journey to be successful is to take nothing personal. Why? Nothing people do has anything to do with you. I don't care who they are. It could be your mate, it could be your children, it could be your boss, it could be your partner in business, it could be your whomever. What they're doing is about them. It's about what's going on in them. It's about their perspective. Here's something else I learned is important. In every relationship, the only thing I am going to change is my perspective. I'm not changing anybody. You're not changing anybody. You're not going to change anybody. You can't change anybody. You're going to waste your time in life trying to make them be more like what you believe they should be. You are going to mature at some point and get healthy enough that the only thing going to change is your perspective. I was a man who had strong opinions about things, especially religious things. Who had it, who didn't, who's right and who's not. And what I've learned as I've grown and started to develop my own relationship with God, I've learned that everything I had was simply my perspective. I mean, I could call it whatever I want to call it, but it was really a perspective. And if I sat in a room with people from different nations, different nationalities, different backgrounds, I would hear something so different that earlier in my life, what I was hearing made me already judge these individuals. But as I've developed and come to understand, all one person has is a perspective. I know we all think we have the truth, but trust me, you have a perspective. And if you do not learn to respect people enough to hear their perspectives, you don't have to believe them. That's the other thing I learned. I don't have to believe anything you say. But I do owe you the respect to at least hear it. If I'm going to engage you, I need to hear your perspective. It's not easy to do sometimes. Sometimes it sounds like people are just talking way off in left field. But if you love them or if you respect them simply because they're human like you respect the perspective and you allow them to share it. You realize that I'm going to be at peace because I'm not out here trying to change the world. I'm trying to make the world better by sharing what I believe from my perspective to the best of my ability, being authentic in how I share it, and not judging people who don't have it, who don't see it the same way. Understand that there's 8 billion plus people in the earth, And many of them I've never engaged, have experiences I've never experienced, and I can't put them in the box based off my knowledge. So I'm thankful to write such a book. This book has been the fruit. This book has been the fruit of my own story. It's caused me, this just a couple of days now, it's been in this edition, and some people have gotten it and reviewed it, and some are doing that. But it's been my story. Declutter your inner life, because if you don't, I'm telling you what's going to happen. You are going to continue to see things fall apart, and you're going to wonder, well, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. Trust me, you are the perfect person. You have the vision. You're the one to do this. The problem is, you may be carrying something in your belief system that is sabotaging all your efforts. And the way to deal with it is to stop focusing on the outside world. Stop looking at what they did and they said, and pay more attention to what you believe about yourself. You'll be surprised. When I finally slowed it down, what I believed about myself was hurtful. There was no way for me to succeed believing that. I have just recently found something out that I believed. Since I was about 25 years old, I believed it. I've operated in it since I was about 25 years of age. It has been very defeating in certain relationships. And so, since I've now seen it, I get a chance to respond to it. Nobody could make me do it. They could try, they could share it with me, but it didn't work until I personally saw it for myself. So today, it's been my absolute pleasure. This is a test, but this video will be out here. And I hope if you look at this video and you get to this section, you hear this. Credit, business, investing, life. I'm touching on all four components. Everywhere I go in this world, I'm touching on one of the four. I believe they all go together. I believe credit, business, life is critical. And inside that, if you're seeing right, investing is something that you do. But you've got to pause for a moment and consider, is my life the fruit of wrong thinking about myself and others? Or am I in a position where I can see myself and other humans the same? I'm not better than them. They're not better than me. I'm not worse than them. They're no worse than me. We are all humans going through an experience. We are all responders to things that happened early. And many of us never slow it down enough to adjust the perspective through growth. Well, I hope today, this live, I deal heavily in success. This live helps you. I believe the day will come where thousands and thousands of people will hear and see what we're saying. On my TikTok, I've got 122,000 plus people follow me there. Thousands tune in and listen to things, but I love this format, and we're here to build this particular channel, and I'm so glad that you've taken the time. I hope this has been of some service to you. If it's just one person at this stage, this is the very first one. So I'm excited to have shared it. My wish for you is that you slow down and take the time to invest good stuff in yourself. Don't work so hard so that people believe you deserve it. Don't work so hard that you try and silence that inner voice that's telling you something needs your attention. Invest time in the good person you are. Don't believe the lies that you've told you, and don't believe the lies others have told about you. You are a work in process. You are a valuable human, and success is your God-given right. You can do what no one else in this earth can do. So embrace it wholeheartedly and walk out your success. Well, this is Duane, the Success King. That's Duane Youngblood. And I'm excited to have shared this with you. Now, go in, please, to our description for our videos, and you're going to see links. I've got a wonderful community that we've built to help people do great things. And I would love for you to come into such a community. As a matter of fact, I'll show you real quick this community. Let's see if I can give you a bigger picture of it. Let's see, this is even better. This community has a lot to offer. Credit repaired, unlock 50K to 250K in business funding, get paid, refer earners, elevate your life while having fun. $0 free forever as long as you're in here by July 9th. You're going to get the credit help. There's a master class in there, credit repair with premium letters. It's all in there. It is my gift. There's 3 things I'm going to be doing this year. The Biz Start group, the business that I'm so excited to be sitting at the top of working. But I want you to know that this is one of the things that we've put out to get people into the path for personal success. It will touch every area, credit, business, life, and investing in that community. And if you join, the link is in the description. You can get in for free until July the 9th. Well, I'm so excited to have shared this with you on today. I want you to have an excellent day. Now I'm going to come back and do live one more time testing on Friday, which is the 4th of July. We're going to run another test, and then we will decide where my lives will be next week moving forward. We may do 1 a week or 2 a week, but they're going to be at a consistent time. Well, I'm so excited to have been here with you on today. I want you to be blessed, be encouraged, and no matter what, don't give up. Keep going after it. It's yours to attain. Talk to you real soon.